So my buddy in distribution saw Fantastic Four today, loved it. The film is completely self-contained in its own universe. The opening 10 minutes will leave comic readers with a huge smile on their faces.
I would kind of like to see a Batman, Brave and the Bold, Batman with his son before a meeting of Superman.
Right.
I kind of like to have that established.
You think that has to be the timeline, right? We don't really know where Brave and the Bold is in terms of its pre-production, but if James Gunn is like into the next script and it's going to be a world's finest story, I agree. I think I want to see Batman Brave and the Bold before I see a team-up film. Welcome back to the break room. Some headlines on a Friday? Hit that graphic! I'm John Costa. And joining me today, he xenomorphed into our hearts. It's Hector Navarro. Okay, you xenomorphed out. You xenomorphed out.
Oh, it's a xenomorph freak. He predated into our hearts.
I heard a rumor she used to be part of Jared Leto's cult. It's Jessica Clemons.
That has never been. That is the most unfactual thing I've ever heard. Me and Lupita are against him.
We might all be against him. Hey, if you're new to the break room and just checking us out for the first time here, head over to nerdriot.shop before the Fantastic Four heads into theaters. You can get a cool t-shirt like this one. This is our Norrin Rad version of the Silver Surfer. We have a Shala Ball coming soon, and there's a little watcher here. So get some kind of classic Fantastic Four merch, or check out our other Fantastic Four merch. We got a bunch of cool stuff. If you're a DC fan, if you're a Marvel fan, Star Wars, anything.
The gender bent Silver Surfer. All right, I guess we.
Yeah, we bent
a male
back.
one. Whatever.
Look, we started with one and then we were wrong. This is also no, in the best way possible. We kind of did the same thing with the Spider-Man, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. We were so prepared with his outfit that he made that was created, and he got rid of it in the first episode.
Sometimes that happens. We made the shirt a long time ago. This is not one of the new ones.
John has to do a lot of the works for the merch, and we come up with these ideas. So he does a long time in advance.
I remember you guys had a shirt. You're like, "Here's our favorite character, White Norman Osborn." Like, no, it's not in the show. It's
and
a different.
It says White NO.
White OZ.
Yeah, wait.
White OZ Oz. White Oz.
White
Head over to nerdriot.shop. Look, there's a lot to get into, and we're gonna motor. All right. But we got the perfect panel of people to talk about all of this stuff. First and foremost, there's been a lot of interviews with James Gunn doing the rounds, and most recently on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast with Josh Horowitz, who always gets a great answer out of the people he interviews. He talked to James Gunn, and we pulled a couple of really interesting clips from that interview. So let's play that first one.
Just run down a few others. You tell me as much as you want or not. So, like, are we anywhere on, like, a Wonder Woman script? Like,
yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
You feel like there's a take, there's a direction?
Yes.
That feels distinct from what we've seen before?
Yeah, very. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm very, very excited about Wonder Woman right now.
Do you anticipate seeing something like a new Flash, a new Aquaman in the next few years, or is that a little ways off?
I wouldn't say the next 2 years for either of those characters.
Okay. The Authority still on your mind?
Yeah, but that's been a rough road.
That's been a slower one?
Yeah.
Just harder to crack, harder to...
Yeah, the writer moved on to another project in the DCU that I think he's really killing right now. So
okay. And that project would be?
Another movie.
That we haven't talked about?
Yeah.
Okay. Swamp Thing? Has Mangold delivered a script?
We talked to James the other day. So no, he hasn't delivered a script. It's he's been distracted with his billions of movies.
Yes,
but I think we're talking about it again. So,
and I mean, Sergeant Rock seemed like it was very close. Mm-hmm. Do you still have hopes that it's going to come back around relatively soon?
Hugely.
Okay.
I'm really excited about Sergeant.
And with Luca still involved?
No.
Okay.
Great updates on sort of what might be coming down the pike for the DCU, right? Like, exciting to hear that the Wonder Woman script is coming along really well. Kind of a bummer to hear that Aquaman and the Flash are maybe a couple more years down the road. But, like, take your time, right? Yeah. Do this correctly. Set up the world. You don't need to rush it. But I think, like, one of the things that was more interesting to me, too, was this, like, conversation about
The Authority, Drew Goddard.
The Authority, which Jeff Snyder kind of said that Drew Goddard was going to work on that movie, and now that James in this interview says, like, the writer on that has moved on to another DCU film. I think a lot of people online are hoping or speculating that it might be Batman: Bold and the Brave. Drew Goddard has worked on Daredevil and a bunch of great movies and all this kind of stuff. Cabin in the Woods, really talented writer.
Apparently had a Sinister Six plan for the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, I was setting that up at the end of that. You saw the like post-credit scene with all of the different, what would you call those?
Weapons?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But I thought that this was like an interesting kind of update for us. And interestingly enough, about Drew Goddard, Collider's Perry Nemiroff also did an interview with James Gunn about Superman a couple of weeks ago, and in that interview, he sort of revealed that Drew really was helpful for the Superman editing process. Like, I think James got a bunch of people together that he trusts and watched the movie, and there was apparently like a darker ending. James Gunn didn't really get into what it was, but there's a darker part of the ending of the Superman movie, and Drew was sort of like, it's not really this movie. And so they changed it. I think James was like really appreciative of that sort of like, cool guidance.
It makes sense that the Authority is a tough nut to crack. That's a weird, like, I love that James Gunn came out of the gate announcing that, and I love that he loves that team of characters and that concept, but it is also like, it feels like it's DC's own, or Vertigo. No, not Vertigo, Wildstorm. It's like their own sort of side characters that is basically The Boys, or like a grittier, more effed up version of like Marvel's The Ultimates comics, which also famously was like really, really uber realistic and gritty. So it feels like, okay, if the whole point of trying to relaunch the DC universe is to go to more of a hopeful tone and a more, not lighthearted, but like family friendly, like kids can go see the new Superman movie, but it's still enjoyable for adults. How do you then factor in some of those darker tones? Clayface being a rated R movie, monster movie, makes perfect sense. But then you have like The Authority, which is like, okay, you're going to take the engineer character from Superman. She's going to be in that. And then what do those characters represent in the world? What do we, I think my prediction, especially when you watch like Creature Commandos and then you go into the Superman movie, or you watch like James Gunn, the Suicide Squad movie, and then you go into, Peacemaker, and then you go into the Superman movie, is that it feels like part of it is going to be the DC universe, and how people think of the DC universe is really effed up and cynical. And once Superman comes out, and then maybe with that inspiration, characters like Batman sort of maybe become a little bit more public, or Wonder Woman, that inspiration kind of changes just look at the Justice Gang in this movie. They're funded by Maxwell Lord. And I think that eventually a Justice League movie will be like, we're not military, we're not funded. It's a little commentary on the Marvel movies, how sort of like militarized a lot of those characters have been, when maybe they traditionally in comics haven't been. Like Iron Man has always kind of been, but like not like Thor, not like Black Panther, or not like Hawkeye, or any of these other sort of funny, goofy superhero characters in Marvel comics. So I feel like the Creature Commandos tone of the world is really dark and cynical, and then these characters start to change it. What does the Authority represent? Is it going to come to a clash? Is it going to... So it's a tough nut to crack. It's weird in that world.
Well, and I hope they do crack it, and it would be nice if the DCU can play more with tone and genre. I mean, there was a period in maybe like phase 2 or 3 of Marvel when they were sort of like, this is our heist film, this is our period piece, all that kind of stuff. I feel like they've sort of lost that a little bit, and the tone of these movies has felt really consistent over the last several years on the Marvel side of things. It would be great if DC could find a way to give a little bit of room for some of these movies to experiment with their tone and all of that kind of stuff. So James also, there's another little snippet from this interview that we wanted to show about kind of the future of Superman and where that might be headed, if we want to take a look at that.
Oh, I'm doing it.
Okay, well, let's get to that. We do know you are writing a script. You've been writing, which is another Superman involved story.
Yes.
Fair enough to say? Totally
fair enough to say.
You have been cagey, though, in saying it's
I'm being very cagey.
Not exactly a Superman sequel per se. Here's what from the fan perspective, one of the regrets around post-Man of Steel was we never got like another Superman adventure.
Yes.
Right? Henry didn't get his shot at another Superman movie.
Yes, yeah.
So make me feel better. Like
it's Superman is very important. It's not like, and it isn't Batman versus Superman. It isn't.
Okay. It's not world's finest Batman, Superman. Okay. This is getting touchy territory. This is intended to be the next one you direct. Is there a timeline and when you think we might hear about this?
Yes.
Sooner than later?
Yes.
Like this week?
No.
That's good.
Not this week.
So we're not going to hear about it at Comic-Con.
We're not going to hear
it. Peacemaker season 2 thing, and then also James Gunn is directing World's Finest.
But I wonder if they'll try to put something out before Peacemaker
Supergirl
season 2.
Oh, I don't know.
Right?
Isn't that
Like,
coming in August?
That's coming out in
yeah,
August.
at
It's coming
the
out
end of
pretty
August.
quick.
But you're right. Like he says, it's not Batman versus Superman.
Cool.
But he doesn't. He doesn't really give an answer about the world's
Yeah.
finest thing.
Yeah. I would kind of like to see a Batman, Brave and the Bold, Batman with his son
Yeah.
before a meeting of Superman.
Right.
I kind of like to have that established.
You think that has to be the timeline, right? We don't really know where
hope.
Brave and the Bold is in terms of its pre-production. But if James Gunn is like into the next script and it's going to be a world's finest story, I agree. I think I want to see Batman, Brave and the Bold before I see a team-up film.
That'd be kind of annoying to see like Batman for a minute in there, right? Well,
Yeah,
and
I mean, it would be very much like Batman versus Superman.
yeah.
In terms of like their sharing screen time. Well, here's the other thing though too, is that I trust that James Gunn would know to do more screen time for Superman than we saw in Batman versus Superman. He had like 13 minutes of. He had like 16 lines.
And a
or
lot of that
something.
was
Wait,
Bruce.
which one?
In Batman vs. Superman,
Oh,
Dawn
in
of
Batman
Justice,
vs. yeah.
Superman, the Henry Cavill Superman, was like secondary to Ben Affleck. But anyway.
It would have to be. Well, no, that's for if they do Batman vs Superman. If Batman was supposed to appear somewhere else, I know that James Gunn was even nervous about having him in Creature Commandos. He was like, we can't show too much because we just don't know yet what we're doing fully with even the suit or just the idea. And I think if they do. It just doesn't feel right to show him as like another little cameo like we did in Creature Commandos, where it's like here's his shadow at the top of this building.
Right.
But I don't know. Maybe he has a better judgment of like we can still push another thing out before we get Batman the Brave and the Bold,
You think?
or maybe
Okay.
we get his son in. I don't know. Maybe we see.
Robin, we get a Robin before Batman? That'd be wild.
That'd be cool. That'd be
wild
awesome.
to see. I mean,
But
yeah.
we know that it's bringing him no matter what.
Right,
So
right.
that's the part is like, yeah, we can introduce him just because we know that Batman's going to come future down the line. Also, I'd be interested in just seeing that first anyways, because I'm like, I've seen Batman a lot. Let me see this child.
I
This
know.
child be bad at its job.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I want to see.
De-age Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
No.
De-age him and make him
Blake?
tiny.
Yeah.
Because isn't in Brave and Bold, he's like a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damian
So
Wayne's
we're-
supposed to be like
That's what I'm saying.
like 13-year-old
Yeah,
kid.
I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Bring him back to when he was running around
He is-
doing those early Joseph
he
Gordon-Levitt
is
roles.
5'3",
What
so
was
it
he
might work.
when he was a little kid? Anyways, not important. Capping off our sort of DC conversation here, we did this week get a cool poster for Supergirl. Look out. And I think that that's apt. If
Great.
you've seen
Great.
Superman,
Great.
Jessica and I were talking earlier, like very excited for this movie.
So excited.
Millie Alcott was so fun in the like 5 seconds that we got of her in Superman.
Yeah.
I
And
can't
this
wait.
story, this comic book is top
Yeah,
tier. I keep telling people, I'm like, no. Like that James Gunn was announcing everything, and he was like, Superman, a Booster Gold TV show, a Swamp Thing movie, and then he was like, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow is going to be a movie. Just that's like
it.
its own comic.
Yeah.
He's like, that's almost a 1-to-1. Like he said that was one of the first things he wanted to do as soon as he got the job to be in charge, because the comic is great.
And hey,
great.
if the second person cast for this movie is Crypto, I'm back,
Yeah.
baby.
Isn't Jason
He's in
Momoa
it.
supposed to be in this one?
And Jason Momoa
Lobo's
was
gonna
Lobo.
be there.
baby.
Yep. Jessica and I we saw Superman together, and I think both of us melted when any Crypto anything was happening.
Okay,
Yeah.
we both melted, but someone cried.
Someone cried.
Look,
Someone, no, not even when they were hurt. Just
I
at
mean-
the dog.
I have Crypto sitting beside me
Hank
right
is
now.
literally a big version of Crypto. He acts the exact
Accurate.
same way.
Very excited for the future of the DCU.
Yeah, me too.
I
Yeah,
think that the
100.
Superman movie is a great launching point for all this stuff coming up, and the world building that James Gunn is capable of and did in this film, is almost as important as the
Yes.
film itself.
100.
Yeah.
And real quick, also, just the last thing, if I can plug my interviews one more
Great,
time,
yeah.
real quick. When I was talking to James Gunn about some of this stuff, he sort of said, because I was like, "What is the overarching plan?
Yeah.
What's the goal here? What's the Avengers Phase 1 end game? What are we doing?" And he goes, "I think people are going to get it once they see Peacemaker Season 2." So I think
Yes.
that TV show,
Yeah.
weirdly enough, that season is really going to lay down like, nope, this is what the end of Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters, could lead to.
Yeah.
And I think comic book fans, DC fans might be able to clock it. So I'm really excited about that. Because right now I honestly have it could go in any number of directions. but Jimmy Olsen introducing Darkseid, baby. I think it's going to happen.
I
think it's going to happen.
Okay,
it happened in the comics, John.
Interesting. Check out all of Hector's great interviews with the Superman cast and crew over on Nerdist.
Oh, no.
He did a great job and got some great little nuggets like that. Check them out. Hey, within this headline show, we're also doing a little trailer trawl.
Trailer Tron.
A bunch of trailers came out this past week. Kind of interesting timing considering Comic-Con is this time next week. Maybe they wanted to kind of get ahead of the news. I don't know. We know Fox is planning a big installation for Alien Earth, which is one of the trailers we're going to check out here in a second. But let's back up to a different Disney property and watch the trailer for Tron Ares.
I thought it was going to be Snow White.
That already came out.
What?
Looks cool, dude. Looks cool and rad.
Looks cool and rad. I mean, I think, maybe we're more excited about the music in this film than we are about the film itself. I think there's a lot of, I'll speak for myself here. Disappointing, to be honest, to see Jared Leto in this film as a star.
Yeah,
I'm kind of tired of that person and all the allegations about him.
And it's weird with all of that. It's Disney that hires him.
Yeah.
I'm like,
you'd think
okay,
they're more risk
right?
averse than that. Although, I don't know, they did Johnny Depp for a really long time with these Pirates of the Caribbean films.
They did. But then they kind of stopped, but then they might be trying to bring him back, and I don't know.
It's a big question mark. Obviously, they care more about the box office than they do about their
I love Tron Legacy
stuff. Tron
I love
Legacy
it more than most people I know.
No,
also
I love
has
the
great
old
music.
Tron,
I mean, I think people forget Joseph Kosinski directed that movie and has been sort of on a tear ever since with Oblivion and Top Gun Maverick and the most recent Formula One movie.
His Tron movie is still my favorite movie he's directed.
Did he do also Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't. Maybe he
I like
did?
that movie
Was
a lot.
I don't know.
I like that movie a lot. And if he didn't direct it, I apologize. I think that's that with that trailer. Is there more that needs to be said?
No, it's because it's new. They're taking it away from the originals, or not the originals, but like the last two.
Yeah, kind of interesting that it's like more in a city.
I mean, go ahead, because I mean, how young were we? We were in middle school when the first one came out.
1982. No, I was.
No.
I was
I'm talking about
the
the last one.
You're
with
younger than I am. I was not in middle school.
That feels like a 2009 movie or something.
It was 2011.
Oh, was it 2011?
And Edge of Tomorrow was directed by Doug Liman. I just looked it up.
Oh, thank you, Doug.
But you were saying about you in middle school,
No,
not a
I
care
was
in the world, watching Tron.
I didn't have a care in the world. I'm like, no, it's a different generation that's going to be watching this new one. So if they had to watch the continuation of the last two, they're going to be kind of confused, or they're going to have to go back to it, which was a different time. Which, I mean, it could still work, but I'm saying the graphics probably look a lot better today, and everything looks better today. That why would you want to go back to the old ones and then have to compare it to this new one? So it makes sense that they chose just a new movie.
But like, dude, when they announced this stuff, and they were like, they're coming into the real world. I was like, that's what happened at the end of the last one.
They said, no, it didn't, shut up.
And I said, why not get, and maybe she's had some controversies herself in the past couple of years, but I'm like, Olivia Wilde's character was right there. She came from the grid to the real world. Why aren't they continuing the Garrett Hedlund, Olivia Wilde?
Because women get overly persecuted than men in Hollywood.
You are correct.
That's true, and that's why we're canceling Jessica at the end of this show.
Hey, I didn't do anything.
Uncanceled.
I wish I was with Harry Styles, but I was not.
Yeah.
I was not. But no, Jared Leto can come back, but Olivia Wilde cannot.
I guess so. Anyway, what's the next trailer?
Hey, let's check out the trailer for Mortal Kombat 2.
Sick.
Oh my god, my baby.
I thought the first one was just okay. So I'm excited to watch.
You're not wrong, but
Mortal
I loved
Kombat
it.
2. Yeah. There it is. That's what it was missing. Now the trailer has everything. Now the trailer has everything. Sick, dude. I'm gonna rewatch the first one, and I'll still think it's okay, and then I'll be stoked to go see this.
Did they put it out in 3D?
No, I don't think
Okay.
they did.
No,
This movie to me
Should be in 3D.
Oh, yeah, that may have been close to the pandemic. This movie to me, Jessica and I have gone to see movies in 4DX before. This movie is like,
Plural?
put the three, just that one
Well,
actually.
I'm never going back.
We got sprayed with so much fake blood that we decided we didn't want to go again.
What movie?
The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, not exactly the best movie.
We wanted to see a movie so bad, but there was literally nothing out at the time.
It's a good time.
There was nothing out at the time, and our theater just got a 40X, so we were like, let's go see it.
New Rockstars should reach out to 40X and host a screening of
No,
Mortal
I'm
Kombat
not
2.
going back.
And the new Rockstars fans should buy tickets, fly to LA, and watch that
I'm
movie
not
with you
going
guys.
I think that sounds like a great time. Hector, you got to be there.
I'll be there, dude. Let's go, dude.
We'll do it in 3D.
We'll be in the front row, but like there needs to be cameras on us the whole time. So we're like, So people could be watching Mortal Kombat, and in the corner is a camera of us reacting to Mortal Kombat
On the screen?
in the chairs.
My favorite part is that it's just gonna be a dark theater, the green vision, like because you're seeing the people at night. And it's just our eyes are really bright. And we're like,
It's like those Paranormal Activity trailers, except instead of us being scared, we're just like, ah!
That's what
exactly what I'm
4DX
talking
should do.
about.
4DX should do the
They
night
should
vision,
advertise.
just like paranormal trailer style. People's popcorn's spilling and shit.
If you work
That's
for
fun.
Regal, give the three of us
Come
a check.
on,
Come
Regal.
on.
put little GoPros on our heads.
I know somebody watching right now works at a Regal, works for Regal. Talk to your boss. Get your boss's email. Let's make that connection happen.
That's cute. That's
I'm very
cute.
forgiving to movies like this. Yes, it looks
I love
like a
this
cheesy
movie.
good time.
I think this is like, to me, let's just go have some fun.
That's it.
This is my what did I say once? I said
Captain America?
No, I was
This
gonna
is
say
my Captain America.
Capital P popcorn movie.
Yes.
Like, this is my
100%.
This is my cinema.
100%.
Like this is I'm going. I'm having fun, and then I go home and I go to sleep and I go.
That was fun.
I could have killed someone once.
Fun.
Don't worry about it. Don't run it back.
Well, speaking of murder, let's check out the trailer for the upcoming FX series Alien Earth.
Let's do it. Oh, an alien.
Oh, look at how tiny it is. Or is it just
Or it's
crunched
just a
down?
big cave. It's just a big cave.
Oh, it's a big cave?
Yeah, it's a big cave.
Small one.
Understandable.
It's like, whoa, it's breaking the lore. Alien xenomorphs have never been on Earth. Recorded that we know of. There it is.
We don't know.
Looks cool, dude.
No, Ollie
Looks
also has said this week that there's going to be more kinds of aliens than just xenomorphs and facehuggers, which I guess are kind of the same thing.
A Yautja predator.
Which is
Oh, yeah,
exciting.
yeah.
Oh, there's going to be a little predator in this?
I don't know. I just said that as
Oh,
a nerd, guys.
I thought it was true. I was like, oh, that's so
God.
cool.
Well, the
Those are
Predator
the hot-
franchise is taking
wish.
off.
Those are the hot predators.
That's what
Look, everyone says the best movie in both of those franchises is Alien versus Predator. So,
I
they
like
gotta bring
Alien
it back.
vs. Predator,
It's
but I don't know
Alien
if I'd say that.
and Prey. That's my hot take.
I think you're right.
Prey
I
is
think
the
I
best
agree with
Predator
you.
The first Alien movie and Prey
Yes,
is the
yeah.
best.
The first Alien movie.
I know
like,
people love Aliens.
Nah.
I much prefer Alien.
Yup, rewatch it. Sorry, Jimmy Cams.
When the break room first started, we shot it in our actual break room where we would record episodes in between, throwing down some food. We were always so busy and on the go. And you know what? A lot of that food, I can attest, was not very good. Bad leftovers, other weird food we slapped together. But now that we're sponsored by Factor, quick meals are also great meals. Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating deliciously and eating well easy. They're dietitian approved and ready to heat and eat in 2 minutes. Factor can help you feel your best all day long with wholesome smoothies, breakfasts, grab and go snacks, and more add-ons. Factor takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success. You get to skip all the shopping and chopping and instead get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. Factor meals are always fresh, never frozen, and there are over 35 meals to choose from per week, including options like keto, calorie smart, vegan, and veggie. I'm a breakfast for every meal kind of guy. So for lunch the other day, I had a potato, bacon, and egg breakfast skillet. Super filling, those crispy little bacon bits were really good, and the potatoes and the eggs and the sharp cheddar cheese just kind of made everything come together real nice. Truly delicious, hit the spot, and it was ready in only 2 minutes. Get started at factormeals.com/breakroom50off and use code breakroom50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code breakroom50off at factormeals.com/breakroom50off for 50% off plus free shipping. factormeals.com/breakroom50off.
Hey,
you dumb
we
little
just saw
fatty.
Carl Urban in
Yeah.
something cool coming out soon. Let's talk about something that also could be cool coming out soon. It was just sort of revealed the other day. Sorry to Carl Urban, but Taika Waititi is sort of circling a Dredd movie. Carl Urban obviously was in the one that came out, I don't know, 2011, maybe the same year.
2012.
It's
There
great,
you go.
and I loved it.
Great film. Doesn't seem like he's gonna probably come back for this one. Maybe
never know.
another kind of reboot of the Dredd franchise.
Taika did direct Carl Urban in Thor Ragnarok.
You're
He
right.
played Scourge,
That
the
is true.
Executioner.
Absolutely.
I could see him making a cameo. I don't think he's gonna be playing.
And
Dredd.
Carl Urban's stock has not been higher in his entire
Yeah,
career.
dude.
He is on top of the world right now with The Boys and Mortal
Do
Kombat.
we need
and
Judge Dredd to be a young character?
No,
I don't know.
No, I'm not seeing his eyes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So no confirmation of who's going to be playing Judge Dredd,
Yeah.
any of that stuff. But Drew Pearce is attached to write the film. He did Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation. He did most recently The Fall Guy, which I thought was a very fun film.
Too, I like them both.
Yeah,
Rogue
so-
Nation, one of the best missions.
One of the best missions. You're right. For America's greatest franchise. So that's exciting news there. Some kind of interesting pseudo-political news.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Bummer news. The Colbert Report. Nope.
Don't like it.
Nope.
I agree.
Nope. The late night with Colbert has been
They're canceling the Colbert Report?
They're canceling
Oh,
the Colbert Report 15 years ago, or 10
my
years
God.
ago, however long that was.
Yeah.
No, but the late night is getting removed from CBS's sort of late night programming. They're not doing the show anymore. They're not finding a new host. They're just canceling it. A lot of people think that this has to do with, the political commentary on that show being very anti-Trump 100%, and the network being, quite frankly, cowards, I would say, in my opinion.
Super coward.
Yeah.
They paid him
$16 million.
That sucks, dude.
$16
And
million.
it is also weird that, like, do you guys think I was talking about this and I was like, this is kind of like if they had canceled Saturday Night Live. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where you're like,
it's an institution.
But that's the thing is that they're allowed on Saturday Night Live, and so they don't have to fire those fucking people, and then they have to force the fucking. Sorry, I'm cursing a lot.
That's right.
Because
this is America.
Because then they first the talent have to deal with them with everybody.
But it's like if they're using the excuse of like, well, the late night landscape is very different now. And, it's boomer television and nobody's watching that kind of stuff anymore other than clips on YouTube. Okay, fine. Evolve the show.
Yeah,
Evolve the show. It feels
CBS
like
ain't going to do that.
It feels like such a throwing in the towel.
I think it's also...
But
CBS ain't gonna do
it's
it.
probably the first thing of like, okay, Colbert, you want to make fun of us? Cancel them.
Seems like
some CEO probably made that call and that CEO sucks butts.
As long as they still have Survivor, they're not going to give a fuck.
As long as they still have Survivor, which, congratulations, was just nominated for an Emmy.
Haven't they won?
I don't know. They stopped getting nominated for a little while, and The Amazing Race was kind of kicking ass in that category, and then they came back.
I'm waiting for something to dethrone RuPaul's Drag Race.
I don't know that will happen anytime soon. Yeah, disappointing, and to your point, Hector, I think, like, all of fucking CBS is boomer television, so using that as an excuse doesn't really make sense to me.
Exactly.
I do think that the one nugget of truth that you could probably take from this cancellation is that, like, shows like Theo Von doing interviews, Joe Rogan doing interviews, all of these sort of like internet podcasters have sort of taken that space a little bit.
Yeah.
But wow, that's a bummer.
It is. So get it back somehow. So change, that really sucks. But I don't think it's because of the interviewers you just mentioned, because they suck. They're bad at it. Mm-hmm. I think the platforms exist because the algorithms favor hatred and division and so
and it's because those are the ones that people are going to be clicking on and actually looking at because they're like, how does someone think like that, or how does someone do something like that? But we're making it bigger the more we're focused on it, and then they're just going to keep getting bigger. And CBS does not have the mental. I don't know why they haven't evolved to fit. They're like, for some reason, big they're just never going to. They're going to be like, oh, this is what's leading right now. Online and money and all this profit, we're just gonna do that.
Yep.
And I'm like, it doesn't work like that.
Sucks.
It's annoying. Also, I don't mind talking about this. This is a shit show. Not a shit show.
Well, you know what was also a shit show? I kept saying late night, and it's the late show. So I apologize.
The late show.
There's two different shows called basically the same thing. Speaking of questionable politics, Nick Frost, we have a picture of him playing as Hagrid in the upcoming HBO movie. Now, here's what I want to ask you guys about.
It looks like a Funny or Die skit. Yeah, it does. It looks like a...
It's because his eyebrows are raised like that.
No, it's not just that. It looks like, hey, that's Nick Frost who dressed up as Robbie Coltrane's Hagrid from the Harry Potter movie.
Yes, so that's the question. Is like,
I'm sorry.
That's the hard part, though. That's the hard part, because that's also what he did in How to Train Your Dragon. I was like, this is just Nick Frost in a
dressing
bald
up like
head.
the How to Train Your Dragon character.
But I think it's just Nick Frost's face, which is unfortunate.
No, I think I've any other actor photo, that lovely cute kid that's Harry Potter, I was like, this looks fake.
Yeah,
because
we had that same conversation.
My brain has been programmed to be like, well, Harry Potter happened. It's the movies that they did. It's those actors. So for them to look exactly the same, what are we doing?
Yeah. They casted a black guy as Snape, but you guys, that's not enough?
We'll see how that goes.
I mean,
we'll see how that goes.
I'm sure you've heard all of the like, they casted a black guy as Snape stuff.
I don't.
Which
great.
is a little.
I can't wait to see J.K. Rowling be on the press junket defending that, and then be like, yes, it's important to protect marginalized groups. Yeah. J.K.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
She's Indian.
She's very hypocritical. yeah.
Anyway, protect those kids. Fuck them adults. That's how I feel about that Harry Potter show.
There you go. Yeah, seriously. Well, and I think, you already mentioned this, so we can move on. But like, it is strange to me how they are like so following the films in terms of the aesthetic. And I've said on this show before, like, I think that they're going to do that because they want to protect their IP and the parks and all of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But it is like, okay, so what's the point now?
Yeah.
It's just to cash in a little bit. I understand the desire to like get into all of the stuff from the book so you could do it in television and all that kind of stuff. But
hot take. You want a hot take for me?
Sure.
Here's what's going to happen. I have such a stupid take about this, but I feel strongly about it. Whenever people say the book was better, or whenever people say the book is usually better than the movie, I always go, do you really feel like that? Or do you just remember a detail that they left out of the adaptation and you're not questioning why they left that detail out? You're never giving any credit to producers, directors, writers that make a film and go, let's take this book that's 400 pages and put it into a 2-hour movie. You're never giving them credit for the art of adaptation and instead going, oh, they left out the river sequence from the T-Rex from the Jurassic Park book. The book is better. No way in hell is the book better than the Steven Spielberg. I'm sorry. Jurassic Park's a masterpiece.
And then they put that sequence
into Rebirth.
And
Great,
it wasn't
you got it. Great.
I loved it in Rebirth.
Great.
That was the only part I liked.
It was cool
you guys out of your mind.
because it was written by Michael Crichton. It was cool, but I'm just saying, like, when people especially for the Harry Potter movies, and I had read a bunch of them and most of them and watched the movies, and I was like, oh, the movies are better than the books. And then people go, the book fans are always like, no, they left out that annoying ghost. I'm like, do you know why?
Well, you know what? I'm a Peeves stan,
He
so
sucks. No,
that's it.
he sucks.
I take
That
issue with
character
that,
sucks.
But I think I agree with your take.
Now people are going to see the full expanded, uncut, and they're going to go, what? Can we move on already? It'll be 13 episodes in and nothing's happening in season 1. And I'm going to go, haha, watch the 2-hour movie, you dummies. Yeah. This is what you get. Thanks for fist bumping me for agreeing.
If you were tired of that gap between Invincible seasons, I have good news for you.
Yeah, what?
They're working on season 4 right now.
Great.
They've added Matthew Rhys to the voice cast for season 4.
Great.
But they've also just picked up season 5. So hopefully they can kind of work on those 2 seasons together and put them out relatively close to one another. Exciting news.
They're holding on to that until he's done. They still have a long time. Between 4 and 5, they could do another spinoff for another character.
Yeah, I bet we get a big gap between season 3 and season 4, right?
Yeah.
But good news. Season 4 and 5 will hopefully be closer to one another than season 2 and 3 were, or season 1 to 2 was.
1 to 2, yeah.
1 to 2, 3 to 4.
1 to 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Season 3 was great.
Hey guys,
special?
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. So we're zipping through these headlines, baby. Here we go. Jessica and I, we see movies a lot together. The last movie we saw together was Nosferatu.
No
it was
way.
Superman. It was Superman, but the movie before that was Nosferatu.
I feel like there was still another
It might have been another movie before that.
You saw it in 4DX? That's crazy.
We did not see that one.
Oh my God.
When that penis comes out, they move the seats.
I felt something in my back.
Actually, that might have just been me and Jessica. That might have just been the two of us being like. If you liked Nosferatu, if you liked The Witch,
crazy stuff. Give me
we're a bunch of depraved idiots on this show. Hey, Robert Eggers is coming back to do a kind of third movie in that same vein, Wer Wulf. How is that spelled? Werwulf.
And there's not a damn POC in that.
Well,
he did it again.
Oh my God, Robert Eggers.
I am buying that I'm buying that ticket opening night, and I'm the only black person there.
Yeah. If I could bet in Vegas right now, I would put down $100,000 that you're not going to see one non-white person cast announced in this movie until the movie comes out. I wish, and I would win that money back.
Put it on.
There's no way.
Don't put it on black.
Because it's a period piece, you guys. Don't bet that money on black. It's a period piece, you guys.
That's right. I don't think black people existed until
not during werewolf time.
Or something like
no
that.
way.
They might have called black people werewolves.
Or Viking time, or Lighthouse time, or
during the Lighthouse. You're right, the Lighthouse. What the hell? They hate water.
Yeah, they hate water. They're nowhere near that.
Well, speaking of the white cast, the white cast is going to be Aaron Taylor Johnson, who was in Nosferatu.
Are you sure it's Aaron Taylor Johnson, not Anya Taylor-Joy?
I am sure, because I wrote this. Well, I thought it would be fun if there was Aaron Taylor Johnson and Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
They've both worked with Robert in the past.
But no Anya so far, right?
No Anya so far.
What was she in the Vikings?
She was supposed to be
in The Witch.
She's the witch. She was supposed to be in Nosferatu, but she couldn't do it, and Lily Rose Depp took it.
That's right.
He loves Lily
The
Rose Depp.
Vivitch is my favorite his so far.
I think I agree. I think
It's
I
my
agree.
favorite.
So yeah, Lily Rose Depp is coming back for this werewolf movie,
Good
and
for
Willem
her.
Dafoe also coming back from the cast of, or it's rumored, I guess. The
No
other two are
Galactus?
confirmed. Willem Dafoe is maybe still.
I bet you
circling.
Galactus will be in it.
I was
I
like,
bet
he's
you
gotta
Galactus
be
will
in
be
it.
in it. Yeah, he's
Ralph
great.
Ineson.
Yeah, right.
Ineson.
He loves using that voice because that voice is. If he really wants that period piece, that voice is good for
That's it.
any type of
That's
period
it.
piece he's doing.
Uh-huh.
That's a crazy cast. He loves Lily Rose Depp now.
That voice lets you know there's no black people in this town. There's not with that guy's voice. No way. No
In the
way.
last Omen, it was fine,
yeah.
but not here.
Yeah.
God damn.
Will we see Werewolf Dick?
Ooh.
I'm good. Because
I
that's
get you.
borderline
You
a
don't want
dog.
that fur? You don't want that.
Who's going to be the werewolf?
You don't want that fur?
Is it
I don't
gonna
know.
be Aaron Taylor Johnson or Anya Taylor Joy?
Watch it be Anya Taylor-Joy.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Be at ATJ.
Could be.
I love that.
We could see some werewolf vagine. We could see some werewolf.
Yeah, we're
Rest.
talking about why'd you bring up Dick when it could have been
We
a
have to go.
vagine?
Yeah, dude.
That's the end of our show today. Just kidding. There's a lot more to talk about.
Okay, let's go. 4 minutes.
Holy shit! What are you guys doing next year? God damn! Tickets for the Odyssey, directed by Christopher Nolan, are already on sale. I think that's bad.
Why?
Because I don't know what I'm going to be doing a year from now, and I don't want to buy a ticket, and now they're all sold out.
I'm very happy for my Christopher Nolan friends. My buddy Adam is a #1 Christopher Nolan fan and was all over social media being like, I got the tickets, I got the IMAX, I got the. And I was like, cool, man. That stresses me out to think that far ahead in my life. I will cross that bridge when I get to it. and it'll be a
well,
fun
you
time.
just get it, and
Yeah.
then you say, maybe I'll be dead.
Maybe.
Because that's exactly what
Maybe
I
I'll
did,
be
and that's
dead.
why I got my ticket for the
Yeah.
Chinese
But
theater.
you know what? Like, what if you do die, Jessica, between now and next year? Hypothetical, right?
Someone
They
has
should
seat
refund
no
you.
one's
205.
gonna
Yeah.
be sitting in that seat.
You know what's funny? Well, good for them. Someone can put their shirt there because they're gonna get naked in the movie theater, right? But I also got an email as soon as I got my ticket, and I think if you get your ticket at the Chinese theater, they give you like a little prize,
Cool.
a little token. So I got an email that was like, "Hey, come redeem your thing," and I was like, "Oh,
You have to go physically? And you
yeah,
get
I think
a
so."
prize?
I got
What'd
an
you
email.
get?
Well, I don't know. I'm scared to open my computer right now.
Okay,
I don't know
no,
yet, but I'm
but-
gonna go make an appointment.
Cool.
I'm gonna make an appointment at the Chinese theater.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the email when I get home because I was like,
Cool.
"Oh, this is kind of cool." I hope it's like a piece of cloth that he was wearing or something from the movie.
From the loin.
From the
Yeah, that'd be
loin.
sick.
From the loin
I
region.
bought that
Sea
ticket.
salt.
Oh yeah.
From the Grecian Isles. Or whatever.
I bought that ticket so quick. As soon
Cool.
as it was shared on Twitter, I'm eating it. I'm so excited.
I'm
I
very
can't.
excited for the movie. I'm a little I don't want this to become a trend. I think
Yeah.
that would be bad in general.
I think after
Get your
I'm-
tickets for Avengers Doomsday yesterday. Get your tickets for
Yeah.
Avengers
Yeah.
Secret Wars tomorrow.
Well, it's just for the IMAX, right? Because you can go see it on a
maybe,
regular
I think
scene
so.
eventually later.
think
Because
so.
I know it's AMC's Universal sold out at the IMAX, but I think you can
Yeah.
still go to a regular theater and see it. But
Damn,
that's
you
my
better
fear.
book a dinner for bubblegum shrimp too that
And
same night.
I might, but then I'll be farting during the movie. Now the problem,
City Walk.
but the real problem is, I don't think it's a problem at all. But I do think Sinners did put that under the microscope that made people now recognize, oh, 70 millimeter IMAX, like, oh, that's it. Let me go actually do it now. Because I don't think that's a problem. I think that's great that people are now learning.
Yeah.
I did think that it wasn't Fujifilm. I forget who did the
Kodak.
video.
Kodak,
Yeah,
So
Kodak.
good.
They needed that video to explain it to people, and that's now everyone's. Now they're like, oh, I need to see it. So I hope
More.
we get more of those theaters.
I agree. Kodak should run that promo in front of all IMAX
All the time.
screenings, as like they do.
Next,
for-
we got the cast, some actors in I don't recognize those actors.
Yes, the Legend of Zelda film coming soon. It's been announced. They've cast their Zelda and their Link. Zelda is going to be played by Bo Bragson, and Link is going to be played by Benjamin Evan Ainsworth. There they are.
You could have almost switched the names, and I would have been like,
Yeah,
Yeah, I still would
absolutely.
believe it.
On the bottom is Bo Bragson, and then Benjamin Evan
Shut the hell
Ainsworth.
up.
Wes Ball is going to be directing this film. Jessica and I saw the last Wes Ball movie together. It was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
It's all right.
It was
I can't
alright.
wait to see those apes in this movie, dude.
Yeah, there's the Zelda apes. I mean, they are kind of like.
There's a lot of
What was
creatures in
this
this.
called?
This is the first time, we'll go quickly on this. This is my first time noticing that, like, oh yeah, I guess in Nintendo, these characters could be kids. Because I'm just so used to
Yes,
seeing
I
Mario,
know.
Luigi, everybody else that's
I know.
clearly an adult that I was like, oh,
they're young.
Yeah.
they're just
young.
kids. That makes sense.
They're young.
You think we're gonna get motion capture bokoblins?
That, Well, it's Universal, and Universal loves doing shit like that, so I could see them.
Motion capture. I think it's good. I think it should have been Hunter Schafer. I feel like she looks exactly like Zelda. What are we doing?
That's why I was like,
maybe she's a little too old. I guess.
Well, no, they could have still done
Still
that
playing
age.
a teen on it, Euphoria.
Sure.
Also, she could have been it's Zelda. She's the older one. Like, it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess
that's how I see it.
But then here's the thing. Watch. Put up the picture of those actors again.
Bo Bragson?
No, nothing against Bo Bragson. But let's say it was Hunter Schafer for a second. You telling me Benjamin Evan Ainsworth could have bagged a baddie like Hunter Schafer?
Well, he's never gonna. Are they supposed to be together in this?
It's Zelda and Link.
I don't want it. I want the first movie to end up.
Okay.
Well, this is also when I thought it was Hunter Schafer. When they're kids, I don't really care if they.
They're part of the Triforce of.
I wanted Hunter Schafer. I wanted her to be like she's the icon. And then in the second movie they can do whatever the hell they want.
I love Hunter Schafer. I think she's a phenomenal actress. I think she would have been a great choice for this role. I will say I'm not so bummed that she didn't get the part.
Sure.
What I'm mostly bummed about is that there were rumors that she was going to be playing Zelda, and people were fucking terrible on the internet.
For sure.
And it's a bummer that she didn't get the part. Considering she still had to deal with all of the abuse of the casting.
For sure.
So that sucks.
But put her in some other fantasy story.
We could just make an elf movie around her.
She's fantastic.
I watch it. She looks like an elven creature already.
Put her in Werewolf.
Speaking of things that are fantastic, there's a tweet kind of circulating online over the last couple of days. Someone potentially saw, who knows if this is real, someone potentially saw Fantastic Four a little early. The tweet says, so my buddy in distribution saw Fantastic Four today, loved it. The film is completely self-contained in its own universe. The opening 10 minutes will leave comic readers with a huge smile on their faces. All the casts were great, and he reluctantly admitted, I'm tired of these people, but whatever. Pedro is Reed. Cool. Glad to hear Pedro is Reed. I know there's a lot of people online who are like, I don't see it. I don't agree with those people. But
as soon as I heard him talking as Reed, and as soon as I saw the video that was circulating where Pedro Pascal was doing a Princess Bride pandemic Zoom read, and he like held up his script. And he's like, "Well, here's how I keep track of my scripts." And it was this like numerical jumble. And people were like, "That's Reed Richards! Holy shit!"
Yeah.
So
that's how he can do also like 6 movies at once.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, his like little transatlantic
when do y'all see it in the movie?
I don't think I'm seeing it until Thursday.
I'm seeing it Monday.
Oh, wait, is that what?
And I know people that saw it. I know people that saw it this morning.
Yeah.
And I'm really tempted to text them and go, question mark? 4 question mark? How was it? Like,
I think that there's a screening happening tomorrow as well.
I'm very excited.
They're going crazy.
I was listening to the score today.
Yeah.
And I read that comic book that they just put out this week. That's like a prequel comic book. And let me tell you, it was hitting. It hits.
Well, someone who was in the prequel comic book is Mole Man.
Yes.
And we just got our first like image from the movie of Paul Walter Hauser playing Mole Man.
That's what he looks like in the comic.
Great. I got no notes on this.
Yeah.
Looks very fun.
Glasses are perfect.
The glasses are perfect. Yeah, he's got his little glasses.
The little, I can't wait till he's actually wearing them. I wish I had a photo of him.
And in the comic, he has that, but then also kind of a green cloak, closer to the sort of original '60s comic book Mole Man. I'm glad to see he's in it because this comic book I just read, it's a prequel. I was like, oh, that's interesting, and now I'm glad to see that he's going to be in. Yeah. Unless that's like a flashback. But yeah, it's good.
Well, we'll talk about that in a second. Brian, could you hit that graphic?
Fantastic Four. Boom.
Whoa!
What is this? Mandatory fun.
Hey, here's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
The track list for Fantastic Four came out yesterday. The soundtrack is out today.
Michael Giacchino.
Michael Giacchino, the incredible composer of every Pixar movie that you've ever loved.
Will Ferrell's Land of the Lost. John Carter.
Yep.
Speed Racer.
All these great films. A bunch of great Marvel films. Some Lost, close to my heart.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the things that Michael Giacchino does when he puts these titles together is he always puts in a couple of puns. He always puts in a couple of like nods or hints or whatever it is.
Yeah.
We were talking in the office today about his score for the Batman. There was a couple of ones in there that felt like I don't know if you would call them spoilers, but there's tracks in there that are like a bat in the rafters, which is very much the end of the film, or a flood of terrors, which is again sort of a nod to the end of the film. So we thought it would be fun to go through the track list for the Fantastic Four First Steps and see if there's any goofy stuff we can kind of glean from any of these track lists. So
it's crazy. The last track is called "A Robert Downey Jr. of Doom." It's crazy.
Yeah, it's weird. That's a weird one. That one's a weird one.
Nope. No. He might not be in the movie.
Okay.
That's what Matt Shannon says, but I think he's lying.
Okay.
He might be lying.
Okay.
We don't know. Okay. track number 1. Pregnancy testing 1, 2, 3.
That's not actually track number 1. Technically, it's track number 2.
I thought you just made up a title.
Okay,
I was like,
It's
that
technically
doesn't
track
sound
number
like a
2. Track number 1 is the Fantastic Four First Steps main theme extended edition.
What could that mean? Extended edition? Okay. Sorry.
You're right. Maybe I should have skipped it.
I thought you still made up the title because the title's insane.
That's what I'm saying. The titles are crazy.
1, 2, 3.
Pregnancy testing 1, 2, 3. Obviously, like a nod to testing 1, 2, 3, and Sue Storm's pregnancy test.
Yep. Smart.
Then we get Fantastic Four First Q. So these are all early tracks in this soundtrack. Herald Today, Gone Tomorrow. Here Today, Gone Tomorrow, I think is the reference there. So while I'm reading these out, let's just talk.
Okay.
Those are the first 3.
Keep going.
Here's what I'm thinking, right? Like, that seems early for only 3 tracks in, and we're getting a potential nod to Silver Surfer.
Dude, I bet you Silver Surfer and Galactus is this
First
whole movie.
5 minutes?
Is the whole movie.
First 5 minutes? Well, here's, because we're going to get to some Mole Man stuff in a second.
Sometimes tracks are out of order, too.
They could be out of order.
On the soundtrack.
They could be out of order.
Yeah.
Then the next track is called Out to Launch, which is maybe a play on Out to Lunch.
Yes.
I don't know.
Going up to Galactus' ship.
Yeah, going up to Galactus, because the next track is A Galactus Case of the Munchies. Does Galactus get stoned in this movie?
Yeah, if by stoned you mean he inhales some cosmic gases.
Oh, okay.
The nebulae of the universe.
Now, how
and
could
then gets
Galactus
hungry.
potentially inhale himself?
His machines.
Assuming that he's going to be
He's
a
not a
cosmic
gas cloud.
gas.
No,
in this,
I don't like that joke.
in this movie.
Next track. He's not a cloud.
What
He's
if
a
he is
man.
a cloud?
And his name is Ralph Ennison. That's his man. The man.
A play on Bow Before Me. We get the track Bowel Before Me.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're going to have to travel through Galactus, sort of like an Ant-Man Thanos type of thing?
Ant-Man Thanos. Yes.
Thanos. Okay, great. Some of these are not as interesting as others. The Light Speed of Your Life.
Yep.
Nothing Neutron Under the Sun. Starship Birth. Okay.
That's
that
on the
seems
nose.
to be
Franklin Born in Space.
that seems
Could
to be leading to that.
What
Now
if it's a
that's track
hospital?
10. So you're right. Maybe this does mean some of these tracks are not in the right order. Assuming Franklin is born earlier, maybe Galactus just knows that Sue is pregnant and can kind of see the future of who Franklin becomes. Probably not.
Who do you think Galactus is?
I don't know, dude. He's just
Ralph
a big.
Ellison.
He's just a big hungry dude.
Yeah, he's hungry.
Fantastic Voyage, not super interesting there. The Bridges of Silver Surfer County, The Bridges of Madison County. I have not seen that Meryl Streep movie. Does anyone know what the plot is?
I'll wiki it.
I don't.
Right now.
I don't. I set that up as if I was going to tell you, but I don't. I was just thinking maybe it will tie in somehow.
He's looking up Death Becomes Her.
It's a romantic drama. Yeah, I love.
So
Death Becomes Her.
now the track after that is A Mole in Your Plan.
Yep.
Which seems like a reference to Mole Man.
Yep. I think
Could
I
he
know.
be
What,
a-
do
could
you
he
want?
be
Do
in
you
the
just
mid?
want to speculate? You want to know what
that's
happens?
what I want to do.
Okay, if you read that comic book, you'll know that Mole
Okay.
Man attacks.
Yeah.
But the Fantastic Four, especially led by Sue Storm, who she's a great person, a great character, very heroic, very much like Superman, they don't just put the dude in jail. He has a problem, which is that he is in control of a place he discovered called Subterranea. When they were building the Baxter building, it drilled into Subterranea. They didn't even know. Reed was like, we didn't know that was there, so it was an accident. So at the end of that comic book, Sue and the Fantastic Four help Mole Man help Harvey Elder by being like, what do you want? And he's like, we want recognition by the United Nations. We want to be our own sanction.
Subterranean.
So that's what happens at the end, and they're feasting together, and they like come together and they solve it. So Reed's kind of like, this is what the Fantastic Four is all about, is exploration, and it's about humanity, and it's about diplomacy, and it's about all that stuff. So I bet you with Galactus attacking, that we saw that in the trailer, the big monstro comes out or whatever. I bet you that's Mole Man backing up the Fantastic Four, we'll help you. And then they send Moloids and
interesting.
creatures up to maybe face off against Galactus so he doesn't eat Manhattan.
I love that. I mean, a lot of times people were sort of saying maybe Mole Man's just in the beginning because they'll do sort of a montage of bad guys,
Here's
but that's
everything
way
they've
more
done.
fun. A little bit of a twist.
Could be. You just want me to spoil the whole movie for
No,
you based
but you
on the
haven't seen
track?
it, so how
Let's
could
go.
you?
I haven't.
How could you? I'm going to skip a few of these.
Dick
A Walk on the City. Who knows? Probably Galactus stomping
walking
around.
on the city.
Then you've got these two tracks back to back. The other Sue drops.
Yep.
Play on the other shoe drops.
She's pregnant again.
So yeah, I mean, is she pregnant again?
Yeah.
Is she? Is there a second Sue somehow? Probably not.
What?
I don't know. The other Sue.
Okay.
probably some moment where Galactus's foot is coming down and Sue stops it or something like that. Maybe
it
it makes a little bit more sense.
It could be as simple as that. Michael Giacchino's like, you know, it'd be funny for this part.
Yeah.
And then he titles it "The Other Sue Drops."
He said, "I got him."
Hang on, Sue's in the seat, and Galactus is you. Done.
And then the track right after that is "Don't Sue the Baby."
Yep.
Which is kind of odd. Mm-hmm. Is there a lawsuit happening?
Maybe
somewhere. You destroyed the city.
Is that a phrase? Don't shoo the baby.
I don't know.
Don't chew the baby. I don't know. I'm gonna try to find Michael Giacchino at Comic-Con and ask him.
He's doing a very cool panel with a bunch of great composers at Comic-Con. If you're going down there, check it out.
If I knew that, I probably would have done.
Penguin. Yeah, come on down.
What day is it?
Thursday.
I can't.
Friday, maybe.
I have to see.
Sorry.
I got in the thousands of emails that they send you and you have a Comic-Con badge. Then, without further ado, that could be anything. Car Seat Drivers again. Fantastic Four to be reckoned with. The Galactus / servers. And now we're kind of getting into the tracks that are maybe not connected to plot moments. The Galactus Silver Surfer Suite, which is very cool. Something called Tripping the Lights, fantastic. No idea what that is. Then there's a great track, the Fantastic Four Power Hour, which is the theme for their cartoon in the show, which is so fun. Check it out if you want to listen to some of that music. Then the music for the Ted Gilbert Show, and then there's the Herbie's Lullaby, and this final track is really the reason why I wanted to talk about this music. Because it's a track called Let Us Be Devoured. And it is like a song. It is not a piece of score. It is a song with lyrics. And I would like to read some of the lyrics to you.
Oh, it's not in the movie?
Yeah, I don't think it's in the movie. Go ahead.
That sucks.
Maybe it's not in the movie, but let's talk about it.
Okay.
The chorus of the song is "Let us be devoured, let us be devoured. Grace is in your power, mighty tower. Take away our pain, let us be devoured today." That just tells me that there's going to be people in this universe who are like pro-Galactus.
Sure, makes sense.
Which I think is a kind of an interesting.
There are
people that are pro everything.
Absolutely, and I think it's cool. And if you listen to that track, Eric and I were talking about this before the show. It feels more modern than the rest of the stuff that they're doing, but maybe it's not so modern and it's more like Carole King, Joni Mitchell kind of singer-songwriter stuff from that's more 70s, but you know.
Maybe it's a song that came about after they survived Galactus, and then the New York of the 70s era created this singer-songwriter thing.
I don't know.
It could be another planet that was already devoured. They took away all of the beginning that had what's his name in it, so it could have been just one of the
Red
features.
Ghost.
No more Malkovich.
Crazy that you cut out John Malkovich of your movie, dude. Yeah. That's wild.
That sounds like a ridiculous move.
You know,
I would have tried to make it work no matter what.
Taika Waititi cut out Lena Headey, Peter Dinklage, and who am I forgetting?
But we still saw
Thor:
Peter
Love and
Dinklage
Thunder?
in another thing, so at least it worked.
crazy.
But we're never going to see John Malkovich probably.
Who did Lena Headey play?
I think that she was going to be one of the like gods that Gore butchers. Right? There was like going to be a montage.
Oh,
did
Gore get to Peter Dinklage's character?
Yeah, I guess.
Eitri? Or he was there somehow?
That's right. Yeah.
Eitri was a god.
Hey, who knows? So, yeah, I mean, we were kind of speculating what this song could be. Is it like a busker, in the subway, sort of like singing, or is it maybe the musical guest on the Ted Gilbert show? Maybe something like that. But it just like an interesting point of reference that there's going to be people in this universe who are like, yeah, kind of bring on the Planet Eater.
Like Hector said, there's always those people. It makes sense because Galactus is a god.
Yeah. And it could also be a fun little extra treat in the soundtrack. I know it's not the same composer, but at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, where they went into the quantum realm, if you guys remember David Dastmalchian's character, which was that goo who he wanted holes and then he got shot and he's like, I have holes. Yeah. At the end of that soundtrack, there's a little song that's like, holes are very nice and they're my little treat. It's like David Dastmalchian singing a little 30-second song.
Easter egg.
It's not in the movie. So it's just a weird, who got him in the booth to do that?
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe, but you could be right. It could be a part of the story.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Well, and Eric pointed out that the person who's singing this song is Michael Giacchino's one of his collaborators.
Cool.
So it seems like
could just be in the studio type of thing.
Maybe. Well, and I should say
real quick.
It is called. The song title is full. Let Us Be Devoured in parentheses studio version. So you think maybe there's
a film version.
That is like a little less polished or something like that.
Cool.
Anyways, that was our exhaustively long show for today. Thank you guys for hanging out with us.
I think it was exactly like an hour.
It was a perfect show.
It was about an hour and 10.
It was a perfect show.
Perfect show.
Thank you guys so much for watching. There's a chance that we won't be streaming on Monday. Next week is Fantastic Four and Comic-Con. We're going to be pretty slammed here, working on a bunch of other stuff. Pay attention to the schedule on Twitch and turn your notifications on. We may stream, but there's a chance that we don't. Hector, Jessica, thank you guys so much for joining me on the show today. It was a blast.
Thanks for having us.
Enjoy Fantastic Four. Enjoy Comic-Con if we don't see you before then. And we'll see you later. Bye, everyone.